Hey guys, Gemma from ASD Rocks. I am so embarrassed. I was just on the phone to my accountant and I just burst into tears. I mean, I've known him for a really long time, but I got an email yesterday from the NDIS. I mean, it is honestly beyond belief. Like, if you didn't know how ridiculous they are, it's just a lodgement, but it's clear that it's just come from a stencil or something like that where they've forgotten to take out the question marks when they've entered his name. And then so it's like, hi, we've received your documents relating to question mark a plan review request question mark. They have been updated to question mark Bo's question mark record. Like, it's like, oh my God, I already know how this is going to turn out. And then yesterday I got an email from the school about could I please supply any reports that I had for Bo to get this special exemption for his exams, this special, get a laptop or extra time or breaks or whatever it is that he needs. And I've got heaps of reports, obviously. We've just done a capacity report, but sending that kind of thing into a school, because as you know, school and NDIS are completely separated, and this is very personal stuff. This is not about his abilities or capacity at school. This isn't a report that says, he's going to need more time for this and that. He's going to need help with this or that. It's stuff about his toileting. It's stuff about me. It's stuff about the family. Capacity reports are about, how the disability affects the family and this and that. And I just feel really exposed. And then, I'm trying super, super hard to hit the ground running since I've come out. We've had difficulties with Bo and homework. And it's not the homework, people don't understand. It's not the actual homework he's struggling with. It's the concept of the homework. And I've been at school meetings and I'm trying so hard to get, I know just this reply from the NDIS, this joke of a reply where they haven't even taken out the question marks. 5 years. Like, just down the drain. I know, I feel it. And I'm so tired of dealing with this incompetency. And it's not just the NDIS, that's the point. It's all of it. I have tax things I have to deal with, and I'm on the phone to my accountant on a Zoom meeting. And he's like, how are you? And I just sometimes, and most people don't actually want to know how you are when they ask, how are you? 90% of people, when they say, how are you? It's like, it's just protocol for the beginning of a meeting. Poor guy. Thank God I've known him for so long. I've been trying to get hold of my doctor because I don't like the medication that they've put me on. It's made me really drowsy. It's made it really hard to get the stuff done that I need to get done, and I'm trying so hard to just literally, I have tried making incredible changes to my life in general in regards to being up and out and dressed and showered and face on and, body, mind, spirit. If I look good, I'll feel good. That's bullshit. And, with the idea of all these things that I need to get done, there are so many things that need to get sorted. It's not just the NDIS and school that needs to be sorted out. The government are very willing to, demand their tax, and then I'm on the phone to the accountant explaining that I've got $11 left in my bank account, which is actually less now, because they haven't reimbursed me. And he's like, you will get reimbursed. I'm like, that doesn't help me while I have $11 in the account and I'm sitting here talking about getting fined because, I haven't done something on time. Yes, there are exemptions, and yes, he's working, he's amazing, and he's gonna, we've got a letter from my doctor, and that should give me some time for the exemptions so that I don't get fined. But it's kind of like, if they don't wait 5 years, like if they had to deal with the NDIS, I don't know who'd be fining who. I'm just really embarrassed. I'm super embarrassed, this was a difficult conversation, and now I have the rest of the day to go and try and turn things around. I have to try and turn things around. I have to pick myself up, dust myself off, and I have to keep going, because interestingly enough, what my accountant said to me was, he said, I don't have kids with disabilities. I actually know that. I know his children. One of them is a teacher at my kids' school, so they're hardly children. They're, just a bit younger than me. But, he said, it's funny, like a little while back, one of his daughters had a car accident, and, she called him, and he said, like, what about your husband? And she was like, oh, but Dad, he's busy at work or whatever. And I said, yeah, I get it. It's Dad. It's that comforting dad thing, you call your dad when you're in trouble. I didn't have that dad. This guy has definitely been that kind of dad for his girls. And his point is that it doesn't matter how old your kids get, disability or not, they're your kids forever. And I do get that. I know that, you know, he said this isn't going to end. And he's right, it won't. But what he doesn't understand is that what I want to end is the battle. I don't mind having Beau home for the next 10, 15 years, or even forever if he isn't capable of living independently. I don't mind that. What I do mind is not getting the funding from the very people who created the funding for the people with the disability. And 5 years of that plus 17 years of being a carer, you know, people forget that being a carer doesn't mean that's your full-time job. I'm not getting paid for this. I don't get paid every time I have to lodge this paperwork for Beau. Every time, you know, I don't get paid for getting the reports. In fact, it costs me. So, you know, the amount of time and energy that goes into it, and then plus regular, normal, everyday things, gas, electricity, rent, tax, you know, all your everyday stuff is on top of that. It's the caring part, it's the being the carer part that pushes you over the edge, because you're already doing all the other stuff that you can possibly do. And if you let one thing slip, if you let one thing go, like, you know, that comes back, it bites you in the ass so hard. And there's no mercy. There's no mercy. Anyway, pretty embarrassed, just burst into tears on a Zoom meeting in front of my accountant. I have a feeling I'm a little bit emotional today, so I have all the washing to do. I have more paperwork to provide for the school. I have things to organise, so I will catch you later, guys.